Coming up on today's episode,
Jordan reveals his starring role.
and we go through William's latest list of comments. Hello and welcome to our Friday episode. This is where we see how much extra content we can squeeze into your week. It's random things that have been sent in, extra bits that have been going on, and how our advice has gone down with you, our G&Divas.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yes, good, thank you.
Doing much this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend? The Fringe and On-Sea Literature Festival.
Oh,
yes.
Are you actually? Why are you doing so many literature festivals?
Well, I haven't mentioned it, but I've got a book out.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But why do you have to do festivals? Does that help with sales? Or
It does do, and publicity. If it's a book that is accepted by the literature community, we didn't get asked to do any for the sex of the book, but never mind.
Yeah, why didn't we get asked to do any?
I don't know.
So what's the literature?
You should just be interviewed a bit about your book and the writing
stage?
process and that sort of thing.
Mm.
They're good fun.
Okay.
Doing a few more next year.
Yeah.
This is my last for this year.
Mm.
I tire of literature festivals.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Oh, me? I don't know. I'm just going to a world exclusive premiere of a new Richard Curtis movie that I'm making a cameo in.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's this?
Not told, yeah.
No, you haven't told us this. What's this?
Yeah. I'm going to be in a new Netflix movie called That Christmas.
That Christmas. Oh, you're going to be a film star.
Well, I mean, you guys. I mean, blink and you'll miss it. But yeah, yeah, that's what I'm doing this weekend.
Oh, bless you. So what do you do in the cameo? Let's recreate it.
I go,
Do you hold-
be careful. What?
Was that a paying role?
You're going to be like just on the radio or something.
No, it's animated. I'm a builder.
Why?
I feel I need more. There are so many questions.
They wanted a northern builder, so I go, be careful. It's windy and snowing.
So,
It's a really lovely film, you know. I cried at end. It's a beautiful
is it a
film.
kids' film?
Yeah. Well, no, it's a family film.
Do you get a credit?
What?
Do you get a credit?
I've got to go on red carpet and do loads of interviews and stuff.
Because you said, "Oh, be careful."
Yeah. Dermot O'Leary's doing a cameo as well.
What does he say?
I don't know.
Well, that
Look at his face. He's well impressed.
your family must be so proud. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well done, you. And we can watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Do you know how soon
After
into
this,
the,
I'm going for a suit fitting.
Do you know how soon into the film you can see your performance?
Yeah, be careful. I don't, yeah.
How many takes did that take?
I was there for about 20 minutes. He said I nailed it.
In 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I don't think that's nailing one line.
No, he's a really famous director as well. It's quite intimidating.
Richard Curtis?
No, he wrote it.
Oh, I see.
And then there's another. It's really you walk in and there's all these Americans and you're like, yeah, be careful.
Is it definitely in the final cut?
Yes.
I'll tell you next week. I'll be gutted.
It'll actually just be... "Ah!"
I'll be gutted. The thing I'm most nervous about is I've got a +1 for the premiere, so I'm taking my rain.
Oh, God. Oh, be careful.
Yeah. So she's out my wild friend.
Wow.
Yeah, anyway,
Well done you.
thank you. Have I not told us about that?
No.
Did I not tell you?
No, you have not.
I thought I did. There you go.
Very proud of you, Jordan.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Ben's putting 2 thumbs up, so
Cheers, pal.
you know he's
Is
moved.
that a humble brag?
It's not a humble brag. Not many of us are in films, so well done you.
I do more than that, actually.
What'd you do?
I can't say too much. You've got to watch it.
Because I was going to say, it would be a bit odd just to have you there for that line. I mean, look, you're great, don't get me wrong, but they could have probably hired someone a lot cheaper to do, oh, be careful, rather than you.
You'd have been great at it.
Doing a builder's voice?
Yeah.
I think not.
I channeled my inner Mikey. Anyway,
Good.
should we crack on?
Yes.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
never mind Netflix, you've been on the wheel again.
Indeed, I was on the wheel again. That was when I replaced you because you pulled out at the last minute.
Yeah, but I was on a late... Why did I pull out? I had
I
to
can't
interview
remember.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and William being on the wheel. Yeah.
Yes.
I
But
didn't
it was-
watch it. How was it?
It's a little bit awkward. So, as you know, with the wheel, what happens at the end? When they clear the contestant wheel, the contestant that has popped up in the middle then goes into the end game.
Yeah.
And it was a lovely contestant called Alex who was into the end game. And you then can pick between 3 of the experts on the wheel: the top expert, the middle expert, or the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the middle, and of the ranking of the rankings. And if you sort of pick the bottom,
So you weren't top or bottom?
no, I was in the
Okay.
middle, and I have been top previously on previous years,
Okay.
but I was in the middle this time. So there was
Actually,
a question about.
I'd just stop you there.
Mm.
You don't need to tell us. We've got the audio.
Oh God, no! Please, I don't need to relive this.
Let's have a listen to this.
Which of these authors wrote only one novel that was published during their lifetime? Agatha Christie, Emily Bronte, Jane Austen, Virginia Woolf. Start the clock. 30 seconds.
I don't think it's Agatha Christie. It's not Agatha Christie. I don't think it's Emily Bronte. Neither do I think it's Jane Austen. My gut would be Virginia Woolf. Do you agree or have any other thoughts?
I think you're far better qualified to answer this question than me. I think you're really intelligent, so I trust your judgment here. I think you seem confident there, and that alone is enough to kind of win me over. So I think I'm going to trust your gut feeling here.
Okay, break a leg.
It's Emily Bronte.
Would you have known that, or would you only know that because I just said
Well,
it?
I would have gone through the options. Virginia Woolf
Well, it's
had...
definitely not Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie had loads out.
Yeah.
Virginia Woolf had dozens of books.
Yeah, but did they come out during her lifetime? That was the question.
Who else was the other one?
Someone else.
Yeah, I didn't...
So it was between Emily Bronte and Virginia Woolf.
So what
I
happened?
felt terrible, so he was basically voted off. And then the actual winner came up and won. Everyone was very happy that she won. But I have actually, Alex, I cannot tell you how mortified
Oh.
I felt. And actually to the point where Alex, who was playing for money towards his rugby team, I have agreed to, in March next year, go and be a judge at their Strictly charity event to make up for it. You know me, I'll do anything for a rugby team. And this one's an LGBT one. So, we're in for a nice night.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We'll all come along to that. It'll be a good laugh.
Yes, it'll be fun.
There you go.
But I felt terrible.
We'll wait to see mine. I'll let you know when mine's on.
Yes,
my
do.
episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you do well? You probably can't say, but you can.
Can't say, just watch it.
Do you mess up?
Uh,
I've never messed up like that on a quiz show before.
who was I on with? I was Big Nasty,
Right.
but I'd say nasty, but it's nasty. Isn't it?
Nasty.
What?
It's so weird.
It's Big Nasty, isn't it?
It sounds weird.
I know it sounds weird, but that's how you say it. It's not Big Nasty. Is it? Big Nasty. Oh, that sounds weird, me saying it like that. And Danny Dyer.
Right.
They made an extra big chair for him. It was weird.
Yes, I know. I thought I've seen this series. They're doing this double chair, and they're having Chris and Rosie Ramsey on,
Oh, were they on?
Jamie Lang and Sophie Haboo.
Yeah, so they double up.
We should do it
Next year.
if they'd like us.
If the producer of The Wheel listening,
They do.
do they?
Yeah.
We'll double up next year. We'll twos up. Be like old times. Come on.
Top one can be bottom.
Right, Hannah messaged us on Instagram. Hello, boys. You'll be pleased to know that I purchased your party game, and I'm looking forward to playing with it with the family at Christmas. But can I just check, how family-friendly is it? We had a very awkward moment last year playing Cards Against Humanity, where my grandmother used fisting in one of her answers, and I'm not sure I can go through that level of embarrassment again. I don't think there's any fisting content in our party game, so I think I don't think it's the worst game you could play with your family. I think Cards Against Humanity would be worse.
Yeah, it's not. I've never played Cards Against Humanity. I know. We should do that sometime. But obviously, we'll play our game, which is available to buy now, sexmyboss.com/game. And I would say it's family friendly, but for teenagers.
As long as you've got a very open-minded family.
Yeah. Are you going to play it with your family this Christmas?
Yeah.
Are you actually? I am.
I might play it with some of my
I
family.
can't wait. I genuinely think it's such a good game. If you love the podcast as much as we do,
You don't have to have listened to the podcast to play it.
and people don't have to listen to it. It's funny. You've got to do impressions, impersonations,
Bit of drawing.
bit of drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
great.
it's good. Well, thank you, Hannah, for
I've got a
buying it.
spot in corner of my mouth. It's killing me. Feels like it's making me speak funny. Right there, I can't get it.
Fascinating. Now, after hearing all about my day-to-day activities away from microphones, our G&Divas have sent in a few questions about a day in the life of Capital Breakfast Show host Jordan North.
Have you done a day in the life video or something?
No, we did it. You asked me questions last week about my job.
Did I?
You did.
Oh, I need to start going to bed earlier.
You do.
Did I actually?
Yes.
Did I tell you about me looking after Lulu's dog? Yeah.
Just once or twice.
No, honestly, I'll interview someone on Capital, right? And I'll say, was that yesterday? And sometimes I could have sworn it'd be last week because your days just roll into one.
That's absolutely fascinating.
I stumble out of bed and tumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition. Right, so people want to ask me about my job.
Yes.
And is that not going to be boring?
No, well, it was, you rushed through it last week with me, so we'll rush through it with you. Roslyn.
Did I rush through it with you?
Roslyn has asked, are your...
Did I do that? Was it rude? Was I rude?
No, you weren't rude.
Okay.
Your watch at one point.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Do you want to... Or we can just skip the whole thing if you like.
No, fine. I just don't want it to be
it's just a good
built,
opportunity.
I don't know how much I can say. So I might have to say no comment certain things.
I mean, there are 5 questions.
Oh, okay.
Roslyn has asked, are your jokes and material all pre-planned or off the cuff?
The show's planned and we kind of know what we're going to talk about. So we'll be like, oh, this happened to Chris last night. And then we kind of put the show together at 5:30 in the morning. I get in at 5:15, 20 past. And then we have our first
Should
meeting.
we just verify that with the team?
You can ask that. And we have our first meeting at 5:30. And we basically plan the show for the half hour and we see where we're going to put everything. Obviously, we've got usual bits, but Bond game 7:45, rhyme time at 6:30. But yeah, we pre-plan it, but most of it's off the cuff. We don't really script what we're going to say and stuff.
No.
Yeah, apart from like competitions and stuff, because you've got to get the T's and C's right.
Indeed. Chloe is curious about the music. She says, it always sounds like you love the music you play, but do you ever play songs that you don't like, and do you have to pretend you like them?
No comment. No. It's the thing is, any radio station, it's done by a playlist team, and they like painstakingly spend hours putting all the tracks together and stuff. So on any station, no matter, like, there's always going to be songs that are really popular, like any songs now that you're playing that's not really your liking, but there's nothing. Honestly, there's nothing I hate playing on ever. It's not a song I think, oh, I can't stand this.
Since you joined Capital, how many times have you played Alicia Dixon's The Boy Does Nothing?
Not once, but I will put that forward.
Please put that. Next time I come on, that's going to be my rider.
Do you know what we played a couple of weeks ago? The Darkness.
Was it Sabrina Carpenter?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, but we played The Darkness.
The Darkness. I Believe in a Thing Called Love. Is that Christmas?
No, because Taylor Swift made it popular again.
Did
We
she?
played it. It sounded so good. Yeah.
Oh, how lovely. Jonathan wants to know what happens in the studio when you're playing songs live on air.
We're usually planning the next link or trying to get callers on. It's pretty. I've always said I'd love for a film crew to come and film us for a week.
I don't think you'd want that.
Make a little 30-minute doc, but I think me being a radio geek, it'd only be me and other radio geeks that'd be interested in it.
And they probably already know what goes on.
But it would be fast. You'd like that, Stuart. Yeah. You would watch that. But it all depends. It's frantic. Because I like the show to be fast-paced, and they've been really good with me at Global. They have. So they've let me come in and basically change the show around. So I like to play 2 songs max, keep the flow going and stuff. Mm-hmm. So kind of just planning the next link or getting ready for what's coming up, getting all the bits ready for the next bit. Yeah, it's constant. Sometimes you don't even have time for a wee.
Oh, well, Matthew would like to know, how do you maintain your energy up until the end of your show?
I don't know. It's one of these. I know it sounds a bit corny. Am I being boring, by the way?
No. We're all on the edge of our seats.
No matter how knackered you are, how tired you are, and you're not always tired, you just, once you're live, because everything's live, you get like a wind, a second energy, and you just kind of buzz off being live.
Adrenaline.
So it's adrenaline that keeps you going, and you just keep going up until you're off air, and then usually off air for me because of ADHD and stuff. I'm on the list now. Got a meeting, an appointment. A proper crash.
Sorry, what
I find
list are you on?
Find it so mentally I kind of crash at 10:30, so I need a good hour. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't think I sound that energetic. I sound tired, so that bugs me a bit.
Well, it is breakfast radio. I mean, people can't expect too much.
Yeah, but there's a fine line, isn't there?
Yes. And Josh asks, who has been your favourite and least favourite celebrities to interview?
We're pretty lucky because everyone always brings it.
What?
As in, it's very rare we have anyone that's arsey. Everyone's always usually pretty good. My favourite, the ones I can remember recently, I've had there's so many.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga was, but we weren't in the studio. I prefer it to be in the studio.
Okay. Billie Eilish.
She was good. Snoop Dogg, they've all been good. William Hanson, obviously.
Well, thank you.
No one's everyone, because they know to bring it, and even if
I don't know what they're bringing.
say a celeb comes in,
Yeah.
and they're not feeling it, and you think as soon as you get them on air, and we're a bit energetic in the studio, you bring them up with you. Oh, we had someone in that was recently that was great.
Let's not focus on the great. Let's focus on who you hated.
This
Maybe
was
in a previous.
the worst
role.
interview I've ever done is what they call a junket. It was at the old place, and it was with Jason Momoa, and he was fine, but it was the first time I'd ever done a junket, and it just didn't land, and I was really shit, and he was like, "Who's this guy?" And it just didn't, and I did go to see the film, but junkets are horrible anyway. I don't usually like doing them. So you go in a hotel room and you've got 7 minutes usually, and they all get asked the same questions. They all hate doing them.
You can't do much in a hotel room in 7 minutes.
You'd be surprised, but yeah, I hope that wasn't too boring.
No,
But I love my job. I do.
Well, thank you, G&Divas, for all of that. We've got more of your emails, messages, and letters after the break.
All right then, G&Divas, thanks for sticking with us. Let's go back to some more responses.
Susie and Bethan got in touch after hearing New Zealand radio hosts Fletch Vaughan and Haley talk about us on their show ZM.
Oh, wow. Is this another one of those rude Australian DJs?
Well, this is New Zealand, which is like Australia, just with a bit more class.
Australian DJs.
What? Is that fair?
Is that fair?
That's fair. That's a fair description of New Zealand.
Australian DJs. Fucking good morning, mate. That's what it's like every morning.
Here's the clip.
Now, you would have seen this gentleman on Instagram. His name's William Hanson. William Hanson, he also has a podcast. He's an etiquette specialist. You'll know him. He radiates gay.
I've seen him on Instagram,
like
reels,
you know,
and
like
he's got a podcast with like a common man.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Classic yin and yang sort of matchup.
He talks about how cheersing and dinging your glasses together is so common.
So you wouldn't do that with like if you met rich people and like. And they invited you out on their super yacht.
Why are you whacking your glasses together?
Right.
You simply raise it in a toast and da-da-da. He's so funny. He's very self-aware of his ponciness.
Yeah.
Ponciness?
He radiates gay. I mean, you do, but...
How dare they? I'm wearing a pink cable knit. How dare they say I radiate gay?
Common man. I think that was nice, wasn't that?
Well, would you rather radiate gay or be referred to as a common man?
Tough one.
Yes. Well, thanks for that, those in New Zealand. They go on to discuss an article that I did for The Telegraph that lists 16 things I deem to be common. And they were particularly amused at item number 12, which was on hot tubs.
Hot tubs, very common.
Really?
He said it's a petri dish of filth, whilst microscopic chunks of your epidermis flow past. I love it.
That's like the filters here. Get a filter for that.
I need to listen to this guy's podcast. He sounds very
Oh my God,
funny.
he's so funny. Oh my God.
Yeah, the stuff I've seen of them on Instagram is pretty funny.
They're very nasal, and I know that's coming from me.
Hey, leave Susan and Bethan. Oh, no. Fletch and Vaughan. It was Susan
And Haley.
Fletch, Vaughan and Haley. Come and give us a listen. Next time in the UK, come and say hello.
Yes. That would be lovely. I would also like to add about hot tubs. I also said, as it's a quote I have, to be honest, recycled, there are few accusations worse than one can level at someone that they own or that they aspire to own a hot tub. You want a hot tub, don't you?
I do want a hot tub. I know many
Yes.
people with hot tubs. I watch hot tub cleaning videos on TikTok now.
Sorry, hot
Tub
cleaning videos.
Yeah, there's loads of them. Because a lot of people get them and then forget about them.
Yes,
in
and you see,
winter.
that's why they're petri dishes of filth. So, do you want to go through this list I did
All
for
right,
the Telegraph?
so here's the full list of, what is it? Things you deem to be common.
Yeah.
Number 1, tie clips.
Yes.
I thought they were classy.
No, they shouldn't be on show. You can have them, but they should sort of be below the jacket, where the jacket fastens, so you don't see it.
Liquid soap.
I don't think liquid soap is common, but I was saying that the aristocracy, it was off the back of something Lady Glenconnor and I had said on stage at Cheltenham. The aristocracy would think that liquid soap is
So
bit
this was a
down
recent
market.
article.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I
thought it
know,
was
it's
like
very
from,
Daily Mail.
I thought
know.
it was like from 10 years ago when you wrote for the Mail.
And I should just say, I was doing it in the car.
You always have liquid soap.
Yeah. I know. No.
A bar of soap's common. It's filthy.
No. Well, not to the aerosol. We actually have both.
Look, a bar of soap, because when I grew up, you had Imperial Lava. Leather.
Yours was probably Imperial Lager. It was a knockoff.
No, and you thought it was like that one with little black label on.
Yes, which is really bloody irritating.
Yeah, and my grandma had that, and she used to like stick them all together, all old ones.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Right, you said 3, eating on the street.
Okay.
4, holding a knife like a pen. 5, mounted televisions.
On the wall.
I've got mounted televisions on wall.
Quadrant demonstrandum.
How? I don't know what that means. Is that off your Harry Potter game?
No.
What? How's having a telly mounted on the... All right, hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Okay?
I haven't interrupted you.
All right, there's no comment about having a telly mounted on the wall, but if you can see the wires and it's plugged all the way into the back,
Okay.
sort that out. But I have my tellies mounted on the wall. I play and make up in public.
Yeah.
Gin and tonic variations.
Yeah. Well, I was particularly saying in a balloon glass. We've talked about this before. I hate those balloon glasses.
So you don't like rhubarb gin and stuff?
Disgusting.
Or
There's no need for it.
strawberry gin?
Juniper, that's all you need.
Who?
Juniper.
Prosecco instead of champagne. I prefer Prosecco instead of champagne.
You're your mother's son.
I'm my mother's son. She have Prosecco and have a bitch. Eating on tube
Unhygienic as well.
or the train.
Mm.
Personalised number plates. Kind of agree with you there. Zoopla and right move use.
To be fair, the journalist I was speaking to wanted to put this in. I was not massively on board with this.
How's that common?
But I think it's very common going around to someone's house and then going home and then looking on Zoopla or Rightmove how much they paid. I think that's very, very vulgar.
12 hot tubs.
Yeah.
13, the Great British Bake Off.
Yes, it's overdone.
Trainers, especially Adidas.
Yeah. The Samba ones. Oh, gosh, you can get your leg up. What are they?
Stan Smiths.
They're Adidas, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the ones Obama used to wear, apparently.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me like him even more. Buying random portraits.
Yes, when people buy sort of in antique shops, just sort of portraits of people to put them around their house to go, these are my ancestors.
Well, you
Very
said
common.
my New York skyline ones were common.
That's also common.
Still say the best picture.
I think that was
you
in
can
the
have-
article in somewhere.
The best picture you can have in your house is those New Yorkers having lunch on a scaffolding. It's something about it. Salted caramel.
It's overdone.
Salted
It's
caramel.
it's like Biscoff. Move on. There are other flavours. It's just my opinion, anyway.
All right, no, and you know what they say? Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one.
Yes. Thank God.
Once you've seen one arsehole,
You've seen them all.
there you go.
This one's from Ezra. Dear Sexted
I'll be riding shotgun.
Dear Sexted team, regarding William's dislike of the word beverage, I find it a helpful term when navigating the online dating world. I don't drink alcohol, and I'm often unsure if the person I'm chatting with does. When asking someone out, would you like to meet up for a beverage, is more open-ended invitation. It could mean coffee, soda, beer, or cocktails, and it works for any time of day. Drinks tends to imply alcohol, usually in the evening. This way, they can respond with something like, thanks, an afternoon coffee sounds great, or sure, let's meet at a bar tomorrow night, without feeling the need to disclose, oh no, I don't drink.
Okay.
I get this. When I go and sort of stay with my parents, it'll be like 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'll get up from the sofa and say, would anyone like a drink? And what I mean by that is tea, coffee, and they go, oh, it's a bit early, darling. Well, one of them says that.
Darling, yes, whilst you're up, I'll have another bottle of champagne, darling. Champagne all
And
around.
it's like, no, it's 3:30. I, of course, mean
Oh, that's
a
bollocks,
tea or
because
coffee.
when me and Ben went round, it was 2 o'clock, and we were all on gin and tonics, weren't we?
Well, it's because they knew you were coming.
And your mum was like, darling, would you like a drink? And I was like, oh, if you're having one. And me, your mum and dad all had a gin and tonic. Then Ben proceeded to offend your dad and all the rest of the estate agents.
No, I still, Ezra, would disagree with you. I think you could just say, would you like to meet up tomorrow? Or would you like to meet up later this week? And then you wait to see whether they go, yes, how about 3 o'clock? Great, cup of tea. Or they go, 8 o'clock, and you go, should we go out for a drink? And I would say the word drink yes, I do agree with you. It implies alcohol, but it shouldn't.
So you're allowed to say bevs?
No!
Got a few bevs, a little bevy?
Awful!
Little bevy.
No. Finally, Jordan, you may be aware of Danny Beard, the drag queen and host of the Gossip Gaze podcast. Now, that really is a sex podcast, unlike us.
Is it?
Of course, very highbrow podcast, us. They actually impersonated me on the internet without my permission a few weeks ago. It's going through my lawyers. And it was very awkward when they came up to me at the British Podcast Awards. It wasn't even a whiff of an apology. So I am going to deal with them in some way.
Oh, why did you just do an impression of them? I won't have them taking the mick out of my William.
Oh, bless you. Are you going to stand up for your Willie?
I can do an impression of Danny.
Off you go.
Hello there, girl. That's what they said to me at the bar. You all right? You having a few babs tonight, you? I went, I am Danny, aye. Are you? Yeah. Claps like that.
Clicks.
Yeah, it's great.
Snap, isn't it?
Danny's actually a really good laugh.
Yeah.
We had such a good laugh that night. Hello there, George.
Well,
How are you getting on? Danny gave us the biggest cheer that night
they did.
when we won.
Yes. Well, they need to look over their shoulder.
Oh. What are you going to do?
Wait and see.
Oh. Oh. If you want to get in touch about something that isn't a dilemma or problem, drop into our DMs or send us an email to help@sexedmyboss.com. We also love hearing back from people we offer advice to, so if that's you, get back in touch. Speak to you on Tuesday.
Goodbye.
We'll see you on Tuesday.